the mic right now?
I cannot, but I'm turning my volume down so I don't get repeat. I put my mic up right up under me so that I am
Well,
right
no,
on
it's
top of
not.
it.
It's not that. I don't think my phone is using the
Yeah,
blue.
you sound the same as you've always sounded.
Yeah. It's not using it, man. Which is weird because I've got my phone to use it like if I'm recording something.
Yeah, same.
But I'm not finding an option in here at all.
Hmm.
Um,
I thought it would just override, but
no,
does
well, that's
mine
what I
sound
thought
like it's
too.
working or does it sound like it's going through the air?
What's up?
Does mine sound like it's going through the mic or the air?
I mean, you sound the same as you always have too. Try brushing the mic. Yeah, I hear that, but you don't hear this at all.
It sounds like I can hear it through the air.
Yeah.
Rich Woodfield is showing
Right.
up. Hi, Rich. We haven't
Well,
really
here,
started.
try this. I know how to do it for sure. You can still hear me right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, press your mute button and keep talking. No, not on there. No, on the Blue Yeti. It's on the other side.
Do I have a mute button?
Yeah, man, on the other side. You're actually supposed to be talking into the other side, depending on what you have your settings on. But yeah,
No,
try
I don't have a mute button, buddy.
You do. I'm looking at it right now. The red one.
Oh, look, I thought that was just power.
No, it's red. When you press it, is it flashing?
It's flashing, yes.
Yeah, so you're not using that mic right now. When it's flashing, that means it's on mute.
And you can still hear me.
And I can still hear you. Yeah, you've been using
What the fuck is up with this fucking thing? Thanks. Rich says we sound good, but we have everything hooked up to mics, and the mics are not going through. It's a YouTube thing because, like Jake just said, Rich, I don't know if you heard it. When I hook this mic up and record a short, you can tell the difference.
Right.
And apparently, when I never knew that this was a mute button, but this is.
Well, and yeah, technically, so you're supposed to talk into that end that's looking at me. You're supposed to talk into this right here.
Yeah.
Depending on how you have it set. Now, if you got these settings on the back.
Yeah, no, I've played with all the settings. I put it on the setting that always works the best.
Well, no, they just work differently. It depends on what you're trying to do with it.
Well, when I play something back, I go through, I talk, switch, talk, switch, talk.
Okay.
And but it's just, why does YouTube override a plugged-in mic though?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's kind of shoddy. That's why I was hoping to get my computer going so that we could do these links hopefully off the computer.
Well, that's what I do. Is I do the links off the computer, but it's just I'm gonna Google why YouTube is absolutely the worst. I mean, it says we could do this horizontally, but when we do, it turns our pictures horizontal. It overrides the plugged-in mic. It's absurd.
Oh yeah, and I'm looking at it right now. So I did just finally get my computer going, and I emailed the link that you texted me.
Yeah.
To myself, and it says "Go Live Together" is currently only available on mobile devices to accept an invite. Right. Go. Hang on.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you last week. Is if I wanted to try to go through the computer, it was going to literally add advertisement at random spots. We would just be talking and said YouTube has the right to, or whatever. And it says you can but yeah, it was just going to throw ads in the middle of the conversation.
Oh, I mean, it's not even giving me the option to do it through the computer. It's so I don't know. But would an ad come up like and notify us so we could stop talking? Because we could maybe make some money off this.
Not with our pennies.
Yeah, that's true.
So I've just Googled why does YouTube input source. Check that in YouTube Live. Check that the microphone is selected. There was no input source. I'm looking at everything here. The Sparkmaster was here. Well, Sparkmaster is here according to the thing.
The only thing that's here. Oh, wait a minute. Would like to access your photos. No, I don't want to have a green screen up. I want to use my goddamn microphone.
I know. I looked before starting.
Yeah.
Welcome to the technical difficulties episode of Idiots on Parade. Highlights saved to your channel unlisted up video. Oh, I don't want that. Yeah, I'm gonna Google in between because this is absurd.
Well, either way, man, we at least got it going the way we normally do. We got people listening, so let's kick her off.
The Spank Master is here. Guys, you hope you have a great day. Thank you. All right, well, let's start in. Let's just jump in. For some reason, YouTube is absolutely the worst. Idiots on Parade, the Too Ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. I am Nathan Timmel, stand-up comedian in Iowa City. With me, as always, is Jake Vevra, stand-up comedian in New York City. Hello, Jake.
How's it going?
All is well here. I sent Jake an email with like 2 links yesterday saying I don't find anything interesting in the news. Everybody's talking about tariffs, and then I sent like 7 other links right after because a whole bunch of interesting things happened. Let's jump right in with I got to give Anderson Cooper mad props. CNN's Anderson Cooper corrected by questionnaire for using wrong pronouns during Bernie Sanders town hall. Now, CNN's Anderson Cooper got called out for misgendering a member of the audience during a Wednesday town hall event with Bernie Sanders. A woman stood up. He referred to as she, and the person said they, them pronouns, actually. Thank you. And then here's where it gets best. They indicated a non-binary preference. Come on. Where's the question? Should progressive campaigns of policies and okay. Good evening, Senator Sanders. And polling and turnout data indicate that men of all racial demographics are turning away from the Democratic Party. But of course, white men in particular do not feel that the DNC's messaging targets them in the issues they care about. What can be done to better encourage these voters? You're the fucking problem right there with your they, them, actually. That is what the turnoff is to a whole swath of people. I do not get this in 2025. It's why you lost the last election. If you want to say, actually, I'm transitioning, that is a much more acceptable than I'm a woman, but I go by they, them. It's the fuck. And to Anderson Cooper's credit, he just went, oh, and moved on. He didn't jump into mad apologies. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to mess Jen. He just went, oh, and kept going. That's what he should do. And it's like, how can we bring more men in? Stop being a fucking asshole with your pronouns. That's how you do it.
See, I don't know, man. I had the exact opposite reaction. I think they were making a big to-do about nothing. It's like, it's a woman that, is non-binary now. They go by they, them pronouns, and they just corrected Anderson Cooper. He's like, okay. And then they moved on to the rest of the question.
They did.
Yeah, but this thing where you're doing what the New York Post is doing by posting that stupid article they made and their dumb little video where
No, I posted Fox News, even better. I went full right wing.
There you go. Yeah, see, all it showed was literally how simple the they them thing can be. It's a non-binary person that, but let's be honest, it was presenting as a woman, and it's no one's they them dar is that good to where they would look at that person and be like, oh, that's clearly like a non-binary person. And so they corrected Anderson Cooper and said, oh, I go by they them pronouns. He's like, okay. And then they went on with the rest of their question. And it was fine. Like nobody got upset. It literally is that simple. It's these guys who are giving bait to you, I guess, to get people all upset. And we go, do you believe this person had the audacity to say my pronouns are they, them? It's like, yeah, who gives a fuck? Like, I honestly, hey man, I don't understand what makes somebody feel like I'm either a man or a woman. I don't get it. All I know is I just got to call them they, them if they ask me to, and it's a fucking easy adjustment,
I agree. I'm talking as a hidden spy from the inside. I don't give a shit. That's why I said that Anderson Cooper handled it great by going, oh, instead of apologizing and turning it into something. However, the correction, I'm a woman, but I go by they, them. And great, if you do whatever, you're not, I don't give a shit. But the fact that you need to take that moment to point it out when you're on TV, that's what gives the fuel. Don't give the fuel. Just go, in your head, go, he called me a woman. I look like a woman. Fucking who cares? That's the point.
They care because they go by they, them. I don't understand it. All I got to do is call them they, them. And it's a very fucking easy adjustment to make.
Yes, you can do that. I can do that. She's asking, why can't everybody do that? And everybody's not there. That's the whole point I'm making.
But your point that you're making is this they them thing is driving people away from the Democratic Party. Really,
it is. We saw it. We saw it happen. Trump won.
You think that is the biggest issue, driving men away from the Democratic Party? Is some non-binary person asked to be called they them? And that's the only thing. That's the biggest thing driving people away.
It's not the biggest thing, but there's such a thing as the perfect storm. You take all these little things and combine them.
Number 82 on a long list of shit. I think this is a very small thing that is being blown up by assholes like whoever posted this video.
We're on the same page. It's the fact that you allow it to get blown up by doing the bullshit instead of just going.
But you're blowing it up.
I look like a woman.
You're blowing it up. You're blowing it up. Not them. You're blowing it up by doing this. New York Post is blowing it up by going, look at this. Anderson Cooper was embarrassed by misgendering. Like, hey, the person didn't care. It was just a quick little, oh, by the way, I go by they, them. He goes, okay.
Yeah.
It's nothing. It's not driving anybody away from anything. It's not.
Actually, it is. It is driving people. That's why I'm bringing it up.
It's not. I'm not saying other things. I'm not saying that like there aren't people out there that press this to a tedious level. I'm not saying that insisting that male to female people can compete in physical sports isn't one of the things. What I'm saying is that this isn't that, and it's the right that's pushing this shit more than anybody on the left.
Exactly. And so they compare it. They look at it as all one bucket. They look at it as they them as men and women's supports. So when you give them a millimeter, they will take a mile.
Wrong.
That's why it's an article.
They're wrong. They're wrong.
Yeah,
they weren't
can
talking
be wrong.
about men and women's sports.
I agree with you. They're wrong. So don't give them a millimeter so they can take a mile. The whole point is, without that moment, we wouldn't have this news story. We wouldn't be having this conversation.
If you're saying that I acknowledge a non-binary person's pronoun, therefore I'm okay with trans people going in an octagon with a cisgender female, that's not the same thing. That's like the people.
But that's what
we
they
let
think.
Gay guys get married,
you're not listening.
Start marrying dogs. It's not the same fucking thing.
Yes, I agree. You're talking about you. I'm talking about them, the group, the right. The right equates it. The right says they, them is exactly the same as a man getting in a ring.
They equated the dog thing with gay marriage. They're fucking wrong.
Yes, they are wrong. I hear you. They are wrong. Don't give them the opening to make noise. That's my point. When you do your little they, them thing, you're opening the door wide to bullshit like this article. That's the point.
I disagree because it was a simple little thing. It was
a simple thing, and it's in the news. So take away the simple thing.
Assholes like the person on the left side of the screen are making a big deal out of nothing. I'm
making a big deal about the fact that it's news, and you can avoid the news.
It's not news. They're making news out of nothing.
They're playing to their base, and that's what won them the last election, was playing to their base and then plucking enough people swinging around in the center.
I disagree. I don't think they them shit lost the last election. I think not having a primary and telling your
it's again perfect storm. It's a bunch of shit.
Is what lost the last election. I don't think it had anything to do with trans people or non-binary people or anything like that.
It had enough to do with it.
I disagree, man.
It was death by 1,000 paper cuts. It was a bunch of little things combined with it. It all adds up. It wasn't one thing. It wasn't like, oh, it's because of trans people. It was just another grain of sand in the hourglass that got enough people to swing to the asshole. And now we have a fuckhead for a president.
It was maybe 2 grains. You know what I blame on the other million fucking grains? The fact that they insisted that Joe Biden had the mind of a 35-year-old man for 4 years, and then told him out 2 weeks after the primary, and that's what fucked him. Not the trans stuff.
It all combined. When you look at the small numbers,
it's not all combined.
When you look at the small percentages
of assholes on the right who yell about the trans stuff, but all the people making noise about this, they were not going to vote for Joe Biden either. Like they're not going to vote for a Democrat ever for any reason.
We've missed a lot of chat. Why my comments get deleted? We're not deleting any comments. We've been ignoring them. I don't.
No, that's not true. I've been shadow banning them. I have a shadow ban button on my thing, and
there are dudes and chicks. Depends on the part of supply. I will call you an antelope if I must, but if you ask for a hammer, I'm not going to give you a crescent wrench. That's a good point. I won't Rocky Lewis. I don't get that one. I'm looking right into the sun, so I can't fucking see my own screen because I've got great light on me, but it means I'm squinting and I can't see shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm reading some of the comments. Like, it's a control thing. That's why people are pushing back against it.
Reported for hate speech. Oh, fuck you, you crybaby.
Wait, hate speech?
Reported for hate speech. Someone, I can't see. There's an H reported for hate speech. There's one cast. Nobody cares. James. Oh, James Marsters. That's me, James Marsden. I'm James Marsden. I'm Dollar Store James Marsden. I know that one.
I don't know who Dollar Store James Marsden is.
He's been in everything. My kid loves him because he's in the past 3 Sonic movies, which are unwatchable.
Yeah, I've never seen
Cass says it always starts simple. That's true. What's Trump's IQ? It's below that of a turnip. I can tell you.
I don't know, but whatever it is, you will claim it's more.
Yeah, it's below that of a turnip. It's a control thing. Yeah. All right. Religious laws and gender. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's
like because we're on the same page, but we're like it's just enough
if
different.
If someone presents female enough, I will call them whatever pronouns they want. But hey, I'd still hook up with them. What do you want?
Would you hook up with that woman in the CNN thing?
What time is it? It's early. I'm sober. Maybe not.
she was a big woman.
Ask me 9 hours from now.
All right. Hey, let's argue about more stuff. This one, I'm gonna do something people never do. I am absolutely not educated enough on this subject to talk about it, so we're gonna talk about it. Louisiana immigration judge says pro-Palestinian activist Mahmoud Khalil can be deported. Is he just an asshole? Is he just, or was he? Because the article says he didn't really do anything criminal other than like say I'm an asshole. I support Hamas. He did. Whatever the fuck.
He stormed the Capitol, and he took a shit on Nancy Pelosi. Oh no, those guys got pardoned. No, those guys got pardoned. This guy got deported for waving a sign outside of a school.
Right. Was it? So is it? I can't find. I mean, even in the article, Rubio's follow-up paper said he did not act illegally. He just has a really bad point of view, and you're allowed to have that. I don't like his point of view. I think he's an asshole. I think he's saying stupid shit. But if all he's doing is saying it, that's freedom of speech.
Yeah, and the people who are on board with this guy getting deported are also against cancel culture. This feels like he's being canceled pretty hard to me. So
yeah. I can see a very small side of it. I heard Marco Rubio interviewed where he said, we granted him a visa. He is a guest in this country. We don't like him. We're kicking it out. There is something, I guess, to be said for if you welcome someone into your house and you don't like him, you can ask him to leave. This just seems to be a political version of that. And again, I'm not sure.
I don't know a ton about this dude. I'm probably not going to line up with him on everything. I will line up with some shit, I don't agree with Gaza getting bombed to smithereens. I also am not going to cheer on a bunch of dudes who kill people at a music festival. That said, if you do either of those things, if you're just waving a sign about it in front of a school, that's your fucking prerogative. As long as you're here legally, that's the First Amendment right. I don't care if you're here legally, like the man has a green card. If he wants to wave a sign in front of the school that says we should bomb both Israel and Palestine into the ground and dump bacon grease on its ashes, I don't agree with that, but I also don't think that the dude should be sent back,
I actually think that would be funny. I'd like to see that. He's not a citizen and he's not and he is advocating for a terrorist organization. Kick him out. Now, here's the thing. For years...
A side guy on YouTube, on the YouTube chat says, 2 old guys are trying to make it on YouTube. How dare you? I'm 27 years old. I've just aged like shit.
He's just an alcoholic. Yeah. I'm sorry that we're not doing, hyper edits and we're actually talking news. Oh no, maybe we should be doing something involving cartoons or whatever the fuck 12-year-old idiots are into.
Down my dick hole. That's the only thing that makes Side Guy come.
Yeah. Okay, wait. He's not a citizen and took over a building during a riot. So did he? Because I can't find that in the article. Did he go into the dean's office and take over the dean's office, because that could be considered an act of, I don't know what, but that might be an illegal act. So if he is doing physical things, there's a difference between peacefully protesting outside, holding your sign, and entering a building. Again, January 6th, the hypocrisy is there. But if he went into a building and demanded the dean leave and say, we're taking over your office like they did in the 70s, I mean,
yeah, but it's also like,
oh, wait. The
school could have
says, say skibbity Riz. So my son is 10 years old and he uses that kind of language. So whoever this idiot, I shouldn't insult him. It's a kid. We ended up with a 10-year-old in our chat. So anything I said earlier about the 10-year-old, I take back. He's just a kid.
He's sitting there in his race car bed, and his mom's gonna come in and listen to us talk about twisting Tide Pods down dick holes, and they're gonna be like, "What the hell? Why are these old men saying this to you, young man?
How the fuck did a 10-year-old end up on
what kind of Kevin Spacey shit is
a news podcast?"
Hey, fuck it, he's one of the good ones, huh? Most 10-year-olds don't give us clicks. I like this guy.
We got an N-bomb in the chat. These N-bombs 35 to 40, but go Trump. I don't know what that means. Okay, so let's get back to who said that he we're getting it again. I'm sorry I can't read your name, because as I said, he occupied the building. If he occupied a building, I'm going to Google that. That would be a physical, that could be a crime. Kick him the fuck out. If he's causing crime, if he's just an asshole with a shitty point of view, that's his right. But again, I can see the part where you're a guest and fuck off.
If you want to fuck up your own school and they're not doing anything to stop you, I kind of don't care. Again, these are the same people that pardon the people that stormed the Capitol. So I care. Like, what if the Jan Sixers had pulled that shit at Columbia University? I wouldn't give a fuck either.
I just Googled and I can't find. It comes up with all the fucking news, like, oh, the judge. I'm like, I literally Googled
again, flip it. Let's say instead of waving Hamas flags or whatever he was doing, or I don't know if he was Hamas stuff or just Palestine stuff. Irrelevant to me. It's a First Amendment thing.
Yeah.
If instead of doing that, he had his, again, guy with a green card has a red hat and he's waving signs saying the 2020 election was stolen, Trump should be president. I mean, if Joe Biden deported him for that, you really think these same assholes would be backing that up?
Yeah, no, they'd be fucking losing. Right. They still bring up the I can't think of her name, the woman that got shot when she was trying to bust through a door, and the guy is like, they still Brianna, remember her name? She was a fucking agitator. She got shot doing something she shouldn't have been doing, and yet you're championing her as a hero.
Again, if the Jan Sixers had pulled that shit at a Walgreens or a school or something, like that they were a university that they were at, and the staff and everybody was kind of letting them do it. Like, I don't, again, I wouldn't give a shit.
So ask for facing a deadline from an immigration judge to turn over evidence for its deportation attempted of Mahmoud. The federal...
Hey, Brad in the chat says, "Nurse, they're awake." I
love us, the two old guys. We woke up,
dude. I love the roasts in the chat. That's great. That's the best thing about doing the podcast on YouTube.
Okay.
I like that more.
So they were asked for evidence. They turned in a 2-page memo, which said, quote, while Khalid's activities were otherwise lawful, letting him remain in the country would undermine U.S. policy to combat anti-Semitism, and that they could expel him for his beliefs. So it sounds like they are literally expelling him on a free speech, which is funny, because when Rogan endorsed Trump, he said he did so in part because he was worried about free speech. He was worried that the liberals were going to undermine the concept of free speech. Anti-Semitic speech is fucking awful. It's also protective.
Some of it in the chat is fun. I will say that to those guys.
What? Say it again.
So some of it in the chat can be fun. So you guys go nuts. But yeah.
Oh yeah, May 29, 2020 was a lot worse of a riot than insurrection. What happened? Oh, is that George Floyd? I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, there's only so many dates I can remember. You know, they say never to forget a lot of things, but I'm an alcoholic, so it
Well,
happens.
yeah. So let's Google
Yeah, it was,
2020.
shit, that was damn near 5 years ago, man. Come on.
Oh, that was the George Floyd. Yeah, I got it right. George Floyd.
There
No,
you go.
there's a huge difference between trying to overturn an election and the George Floyd. That's just a non sequitur. That doesn't
Again,
no.
again, the comparison. If the Jan Sixers had pulled this shit at a Foot Locker, then I would have the "what about when BLM did it" conversation. So
Thank God you have free speech thanks to Trump. Actually, yeah, right. Where do you get
again,
these fucking
Trump
ideas?
just deported a kid for saying bad things. Not even so much about this country, but another country like a trillion
Right.
miles away. So yeah. Tell me again about how great Trump is for free speech.
Oh, silly. All right. Next story. Oh, dude, I sent you this just because of the fact that it happened in your town, and the just the headline: 6 dead as New York sightseeing helicopter breaks apart midair and crashes into the Hudson River. How the fuck does a flying aircraft just fall apart midair?
Yeah, that's true. Just like the Trump administration, I blame DEI.
Oh, dude, did you see the
Clearly, there was
picture? I'm pretty sure the helicopter pilot was black.
there we go. There we go. Trump's gonna be all over this one. But
Were
no,
you make
it's
were
clearly
you making a DEI joke, or did you know that?
I didn't know that. But I'm genuinely shocked then that he didn't try to blame DEI, because he did that with the other crash, and
Yeah,
it turned out like the pilots were white and stuff. So but either way, this clearly was a like a mechanical malfunction. It's terrible, man. There was like kids in that helicopter.
yeah, no, it's horrible. Veteran Navy pilot was killed. Yeah, he was a black man. So yeah, I'm surprised Trump didn't go DEI on his ass. You
Right.
know, to me, the one of the fucked up things about it, I guess they were Spanish. They were from Spain. Did I read
Really.
that correctly? Um,
Could
where
have
is
been.
it?
It was like a CEO of something, and yeah, like his wife and kids and stuff.
Yeah, I think I read, but either way, his name Escobar. That's his last name was that's a bad last name to be saddled with.
Yeah, it's a pretty common last name though, man. Like there's
Oh, but
other
it's
Escobars out there.
famous for one reason.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean. But
I
it's
mean, it's not as famous as Hitler for one reason, but it's still. Oh, when you hear Escobar, you don't automatically think, "Oh, that's a common last name." You think of one person specifically.
right, right, yeah.
But still, okay,
I'm
so
not saying there's other famous Escobars as famous as that. I'm just saying it's kind of like a Spanish like Smith or Johnson or something. You know.
Jesus fucking Christ, I got a photo of the still. The helicopter is upside down, the tail's up.
Yeah, it's fucked, man. Like
You're
whatever
still
the hell happened,
awake while
I
that's
think there's going to
happening.
be a huge lawsuit with the company that made that helicopter, because that clearly was not
Yeah,
pilots doing. I don't think there's a button in a helicopter you can press to where, like, you know what, I want the tail to fall off. You know, like I don't. I,
yeah.
yeah,
But imagine, I mean, so it's shitty. I mean, for anybody, but the fact is, like you said, there are kids in it and they're awake. This is not like that stupid billionaire sub that imploded where it was like a split second. They're falling and going, this is it. That's tragic and horrible.
yeah, man. I will say, I mean, not luckily, it's terrible, but they seemed high enough up that I think once they hit it, it probably would have been pretty instant. Because if you
Yeah.
fall for more than like,
Oh, I'm just saying the falling part had to suck when you realize this
oh
is
yeah,
it. Like, oh, there's
yeah.
nothing we can do.
Right. When you're falling sideways, like it's, but once if you hit water at that high of altitude, it's
Yeah,
like
you hit anything from that highway.
yeah.
Ah, so someone likes black women, women. Good for you. I might, you know,
But
they
then he specifically points out not guys. I think the lady doth protest too much.
did they buy the helicopter parts off Timu? There you go. I mean, Timu joke works.
Yeah. I mean,
Works.
what's up?
It works. Timu joke works here.
Yeah.
Helicopter off Timu.
Yeah. I don't know. You know, again, I think there's definitely going to be a lawsuit toward the company that made that helicopter, because Jesus Christ, man, like that's not. I don't even with. Again, the video's zoomed out, but there's like big pieces of that thing falling. I mean, that's not like a major issue.
These guys definitely learn 99% of their politics from the TV. They must get their news from MSNBC or CNN. Right, because we obviously have said something you disagree with. We didn't go all in with tongues up Trump's colon, so that makes us MSNBC. My favorite thing is when we insult the Democrats.
InfoWars these days. I don't know what this guy's talking about.
My favorite thing online is whenever I insult the Democrats, I get called a Trumper, and whenever I get called insult Trump, I get called a libtard.
That's true.
It's so fun.
That's true. We get snowflakes from both sides coming at us like a goddamn avalanche on the right and the left.
Right. They want.
I get my news from InfoWars. I think the vaccine caused this plane to crash. I mean, that pilot gets the booster shot, and then 32 months later, his helicopter just falls apart. And I'm supposed to think that Pfizer had nothing to do with this? Wake up, sheeple.
Wake up and buy my supplements. I don't have them right here, but the world is falling apart. World War III is around the corner.
That's
right.
right.
I'm going to tell you how to avoid it with my supplement in a moment. That's
right.
That's what we still haven't.
You need ginseng to cleanse that booster shot out of you. You need ginseng from us.
Well, in the world of medicine, JFK says that Health and Human Services will determine the cause of autism by September. I'm going to go out on a limb.
I'm glad, man, because my kid still likes choo-choo trains way too much, man. Need him working on this.
we got my kid tested, and I'm not like, oh, he took a test. Like, to anybody in the chat or doesn't know, we live in a university town and a medical college, also medical university. He went in for like 3 separate 3 or 4 hour testing sessions. And when they came out, they're like, oh yeah, he's somewhat, you can see the spectrum is like, but it's a very thorough testing. The whole point is, given the decades of research into this, I'm very curious as to how he's going to pull out of his ass by September. Like what's the magic sort of like, okay, all this evidence that or all of this research trying to find a cause, and he's just going to do it in a couple months.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, he'll have an answer. I don't know how medically sound it's going to be. It turns out that it was the polio vaccine, and we can cure autism by drinking urine from hyenas.
I would do that. Hey, hello, bro. Help me, bro, please. Okay. Jay, can you read the names?
Yeah. Oh, that's Sahil. Yeah.
Sahil Preet. Yeah, I can't read anything. That I've got to say. What do you need help with, Sahil? What do you need help with?
Oh, Ryan asked, you boys oiled up the kids you have in your basement? Yeah, Sahil's down there. I don't know how he got this phone. I am coming down. You're getting the hose against Sahil.
Jake's not in a basement. I'm the only one in a basement.
I'm technically, well, yeah, I'm kind of ground level.
RFK is so much more solid than Biden's. I can't.
Man/lady thing.
Man/lady thing. All right, that doesn't make any sense. Yes,
not all the comments can be winners,
The guy that is doing his best to spread measles across the Southwest is in charge of Health and Human Services. Good call. He makes so much more sense. All right, so
that's true. Do you hear? Here's what I hope. I hope that I mean, they've accidentally discovered like a Viagra. They were actually trying to get like heart medication.
I was gonna say, was that a heart medication? Yeah.
And yeah, in the testing, they were like, dude, my dick has been hard like it hasn't been since I was 19. I hope that RFK's fucking vaccine. I hope him trying to cure autism discovers some wild. Like he comes back and he's like, my nephew's still autistic, but all my hair has gone back. And I grew an extra 3 inches. I'm standing up like a python, and he developed some kind of hair restoration, dick pills out of his cure for autism. I don't care if you give me my hair back and you make my dick twice the size of it is. I'll be autistic tomorrow. I don't give a shit. I'll hang out with a full head of hair, jagging a huge wang, looking at choo-choo trains. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny you mentioned that because that's what I was Googling on the side when you brought up Viagra. Finasteride, the anti-balding medication, was actually originally developed to treat prostate enlargement. It's always something different. They're like, hey, we got these guys with enlarged prostates. Hey, holy shit, they're growing their hair back.
Right.
And then it just becomes a for-profit thing.
Way. Yeah, Ozempic was I believe something else, and they were like,
Ozempic was for diabetics.
That's right. So
and then they saw that, you don't have diabetes when you have maintained a healthy body weight, and Ozempic makes you not hungry. Yeah, it's always something else.
Right.
Oh shit, we got a compliment.
Oh, hell yeah.
Mammy J Hull, thank you. You guys made my day. Well, thank you. What nice things to say. Usually we're called assholes and pedos and groomers and oiled up kids. So a nice compliment. How can we?
Here's
the guy that needs help, bro.
Like, can you Park Epstein?
Bro, can you adopt me?
I give you
this is the worst.
$3,000.
Can you adopt me? Contract adopt. I give you $30,000. Become U.S. visa.
Honestly, yes. Yes, Sahil.
Sahil is my son.
Sahil is my son. You're coming to America, son. I go fuck.
Yeah, for 30,000.
That's right.
That's right.
I will adopt Sahil, and you know what? He can protest Israel all he fucking wants. I'm not letting the feds deport him.
10 grand. What you went high with 30, Jake, and I would have gone for 5 or 10 grand.
Hell yeah. In fact, dude, for 30 grand, I don't care if he's over here making car bombs. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are not taking my son back. You are not taking him back.
You went somewhere different. I was gonna say for 30 grand, Jake and I'll get married, and we'll be your two dads. We'll be the happy gay couple with the son that's anti.
We're gonna be your two hetero dads that have babies' mamas on the side. Yeah.
So wait, I'll give $50K for adoption. So
yeah.
Are you for 50? Are you trying to buy the kid from us, or are you offering us 50 to adopt you? Because
I think we got a new racket. I think we're getting 30 from Sahil, and we're getting 50 from Goat 5023. I don't, we're adopting. I don't know if Goat's an actual goat or if he means greatest of all time, but you know what? He's my son either way. I don't care whether he's human or not.
Oh wait, no, hell yeah, I want the kid. So now, we've got a fight going on.
I'm sorry, you're going to buy the kid. You're going, Sahil, you're going to live with Goat now. I hope he really is the greatest father of all time, like his username says. I hope you're happy.
We can't outbid that.
Or some kind of son of the devil or something. I think Goat's like a satanic symbol, right?
The goat head, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, one more story. Let's go. Oh, you were talking about the New York Post earlier. I did send you a New York Post story. Gayle King I love this so much. That's why I sent it to you. Gayle King under fire for quoting gay slur during CBS Morning's broadcast. Quote, I hope I don't get in trouble. So a comedian was on her show, I believe.
Yeah, Mateo Lane. Dude, that guy's funny as hell. You guys should check out his special.
What's it? Mateo Lane?
Mateo Lane. You never heard of Mateo? Yeah, he's great, man. You guys should check.
Well, so here's my favorite part. So a gay comedian uses, I'm assuming it's faggot because it's not written in there, or is it fag? Is it?
I believe she said, or she's quoting him, but it's
faggotry. I think it's faggotry. What in the faggotry? Because it's F-try faggot.
Right.
So here's my favorite part. In the initial picture, they have blurred her mouth. Like, so it's a still photo, but they say she said a word like if her word, like, instead of showing her mouth like this.
That's right.
I mean, someone would see this.
You have to do that. That way, like deaf lip readers can't be like,
what
the fuck did she just say?
Now, if it was a video, I could see you might want to blur for the lip readers. This is a still photo. This is a still photo of just her like. But with
I think I took it from the video because I wanted to find a video of what she actually said, because again they even in the text, like, they asterisked out so much that I'm like, I know it's.
That's why I think it's faggotry, because it doesn't look like faggot or faggot.
Something, but one of the videos that's online, her face is blurred out when they actually beep it. So that's from, I think
the still shot is from a video, yeah.
But then they played another one on the Breakfast Club where it was like uncensored. So I didn't know what the hell that was. But it was from a video.
So, of course, there are a bunch of people that are, I had to watch this at least 6 times, one user said on Twitter. Like, did she really say that? if you're quoting something directly, if you're literally saying, you're a comedian, you said this, I think it's funny, and she asks, what did that mean? It's like so is the sanitized interview. So now, when you said, what's the quote? When you said, what in the are you talking about? What did you mean? Just fucking
right. It's like, hey, look, I wouldn't have said the word if I was hurt. That said, if I had to be on video saying a slur, I think, quoting a comic saying the slur and then the two of you laughing, that's probably the context I would want put out there.
Yeah.
I had to have a video of me saying a slur. You know what I mean?
Yep. But but this goes back. So we're bookending. We open with the they them, and this is the left freaking out, just like the right freaks out about they them. This is the left freaking out about her using that because it's all over Twitter, or they go find the 10 stupidest people on Twitter.
Really, I think it's a very small amount of people that are actually upset about it, is because you don't need to create anti-LGBTQ demons in this day and age. Like you got Nancy Mace, a congresswoman, right now going, I don't want to share the bathroom with any man in a wig. You know what I mean? Like you got like real legit transphobia, homophobia out there. Gayle King bringing on a gay comedian and celebrating him and quoting his joke and then them both laughing about it. I don't think that's the anti-gay demon that
no, but I'm just saying it's the same bullshit fringe that turn it into a story. Like I said, the first one was just assholes turning a nothing into a story that we talk about. This is the same thing. It's a moment on a TV show that assholes turn into a story. Oh my God, it's the fucking far left that gets all crybaby. Hey, where are the Trump assholes that were calling us liberals now that we're insulting the left? I mean,
I don't know. They're sucking Elon Musk's autistic apartheid dick.
Was that really a comment? I'm moving it so I can read again. The censorship things has gotten ridiculous. PC equals BS. Yeah, I agree. When did they go from government overlords to gay LGBTQ? Who, us? I don't know.
Yeah, I used to be a government overlord. Now I'm gay LGBTQ.
Oh, here's a question: are y'all Republicans or Democrats? I'm neither. I'm fairly independent. I've voted for both, and I dislike both mostly equally. I think the Democratic Party, the DNC, is fucking horrible. I tend to like their politicians a little better sometimes. I think their organization is the worst, and then Republicans are just fucking. We're neither.
I never vote for a Democrat or a Republican because I have many felonies. So my opinion's moot here.
Goat. They are centrist. They them. We're gonna. What is the point? There is no point. So let's see what we missed before we sign off. Now is the time for all good men to come to the aid of their country. All right, not sure what that means. Hold on, son. The feds are at my door. Well, that's because
people in the chat are swatting each other. It's a real fucking bloodbath down there.
The adoption kid is saying he's serious. Wait, wasn't he in here one other time saying he wanted to be adopted? I'm getting.
I don't know, man. We do these on the weekend. I'm usually pretty hungover. I can't remember every little thing that's ever been said in the chat.
Rocky Lewis, she was probably asking for a cigarette in the UK.
What? I was just a bloke that needs a puff, and now I'm getting cancelled, mate.
Yeah, I just want a faggot to smoke. Hey, you got a fag on you? I can't do accents. LMO willingly still counts as trafficking. This must be off the. This is all off the adoption. My Two Dads. That's sign that to Netflix. That was already a show though? My Two Dads. Wasn't that? I can't remember.
Yeah. It's I'll go on Netflix.
All right. Yeah. Well, we're back to the adoption part of the chat, so I guess we have all caught up. I'm a good weekend, guys. Rich, have a good weekend. Do you?
I'm adopting.
Have y'all got an OnlyFans?
Hell yeah. Yeah. It's actually the handle is My Two Dads. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Ready? I'm gonna give you this one for free, everyone. It's my feet. People look at feet on OnlyFans. I don't have anything to step on, but there's a free foot shot for your OnlyFans. All right, we're signing off.
But for $5 a month, you can see me sitting on birthday cakes. Let's go. Let's go. Happy birthday every day of the year, as long as you subscribe to my OnlyFans.
Just go to cakefarter.com. All right, bye, everyone. Take care. Thanks for tuning in.
I'm not an animal. Later.